right, good afternoon, everybody. We are at the Bankhead National Forest, Sipsey Wilderness trailhead. We are taking the Borden Creek Trail today. We're gonna camp overnight. We have a good spot picked out. Got a new phone, so we're trying that out, and we're about to get started. All right, so we're just getting started. We are on the 209 trail. We got to go under a bridge, down a bunch of rocks and stuff. I saw a video, but I think the guy came in the backside of it. I wanted somewhere a little bit better to park, so we're over here. We're gonna get after it. Here's Chewie. He's just smelling a bunch of dogs right now. He's ready to go. Said goodbye to the car and hello to the wilderness. All right, well, he's getting a drink of water out of a creek. This is gonna be a short trip. It's 5.25 miles out and back. Not bad. We're gonna go all the way to the end, come back and camp at one of the sites. It's within like 3/4 of a mile to a mile, and it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be super hot again like the last trip, so we're just gonna go, not work ourselves too hard, find a good campsite, and just enjoy ourselves. We took a little detour. Can't see it too well, but there's a nice little waterfall and creek right there. About a half a mile in so far, and it is gorgeous in here. I mean, beautiful rock wall on our right, beautiful creek to our left. See a couple good deep swimming holes. Past a couple waterfalls. I hear another one right up here. I think I found my new favorite quick overnight trip. Now, I watched the video the other day, or I started it. I didn't finish it. I got busy, but it was from a guy, I think he's called Syntax. I saw him doing this trail, and I think he came from the other direction to do the whole big Sipsey trail, and he had to cross, let me show you. He started at the other end of this trail that we're on today, and to keep going on 209, you've got to go over the creek, up that ladder, and keep going. We are not doing that one today. We might come do it eventually once it gets cooler out here, but for summertime and everything, we're gonna keep it to under 6-7 miles for like a 2-day trip. Because I've done by myself, I've done just under 7 miles in one day, but with him, and I'm still getting him used to it, so we're gonna keep it max around like 4 to 5 miles a day. Except for that first day when we did almost 6. We did just start hitting campsites. Fire pit back there. Nice little fire pit right there. If the other one is taken up, when we come back, we'll probably come here. Looks like there's a couple good spots for hammocks. But I know the other one, just from what I saw in the video, is way better. And I think he was here late fall, early spring. So it's definitely a lot greener. But yeah, it's nice. Beautiful spot right here. We are almost to where we will potentially make camp, but we got to be careful because there's fairly fresh little landslides through here. And honestly, be lucky if this spot is still walkable if it rains any harder, because there's cracks all the way down. So All Trails didn't have it marked correctly. I think this might be Claymore Camp. The only downside is it's not really accessible to the water. It's a beautiful spot. I do see some trees where I can hang the hammock, but it's like no privacy. It's like right on the trail, but this might be the spot tonight. This place is just like, all these little inlets are so pretty. You can tell that the storms have been rocking this place hard in the last few weeks. You know, if we were any farther down the trail, I'd go ahead and call it a day and turn back around and go find a camp. But I guess we're crawling. Had to go in 0.5. That was definitely more of a pain than expected. Worst part about it, all trails just showed me we didn't even have to go that way. So if it's as jacked up as all this stuff looks on the way back, we'll go back through that spot, but I'm getting the machete out. How about this little creek crossing, right? That's nice. I'm getting some real Jurassic Park vibes off of this spot. Do 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 do. Some fallen trees have washed away that entire path, so we're going to check out up here, and if we can't find a way around, we're going to turn around and go find a camp. We managed to make it. Bit of a steep little spot, but check this out. It's just so peaceful out here. Like, being by that creek the whole time is so nice. Mostly because I only brought one extra bottle as my filter bottle. Well, we've went ahead and turned around. We got to 2.3 miles. We were gonna keep going, and we were gonna turn around at the 2.5 mile mark. But we saw some people setting up along the trail. They started yelling that their dog is very aggressive. So to save a fight, we just turned around. So we're almost to that creek crossing again. And I noticed inside the little, Jurassic Park area, somebody's made themselves a nice little campsite. And if I had a tent, this would be a good spot. Well, we made it back to the potential campsite just as some more people were setting up. So we are going to move on down, try and find a good spot. But unfortunately, if we make it back to the car before finding a good spot, then we're just going to head on to the house. I'm a little bummed on missing out on that campsite because it was one of the best spots we saw. We're at another one right now, but too many risks of like falling trees. We're going to move on down and just hope this day isn't a bust. Well, we hiked almost back to the road, and I was bound and determined to not let today beat me. We came back to one of the camps. It's about, say, right around a mile from the road. 2 minutes chilling. It was just under 5 miles to get back up here. I keep staring that way. Need to look towards the camera. New phone. But I was going to do a time lapse of getting this set up. I'm not in the mood. Just because we've done so much back and forth. So I'm going to get it set up. Got the hammock hung. I'm going to relax for just a minute. And then I'm going to get it all thrown together. Show y'all a picture. Then start collecting water. Okay, so we've been set up for a little bit. But I was resting. Ate a snack. Finished all my water. We're about to have to walk down to the creek and get some. But tarp, I got it strung out to a tree back here. I'm going to leave it up all night. Got Chewie a bigger pad. Blanket. Give her my shoes and backpack in there. I do have a little strung line up. But that's it. I'm about to get some water and go and I think it's like 4:30. Probably cook dinner here soon. And then if I get hungry again later, eat something else. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's relaxing. There's like some water trickling back up there behind me. The creek is there's 2 creeks that converge right here. I'll show y'all when I get down there. It's virtually silent. But yeah, it's nice. All right, so for tonight's gourmet dinner, got blue Gatorade and Mountain House breakfast skillet with some tortillas. I'm about to throw down. Well, we're not totally settled in for the night, but I've been relaxing. I didn't feel like I overworked myself today, but I got a bad leg cramp earlier. But overall, despite, having to crawl through the trees and, the dog situation, the other people's dog situation, it's not been a bad day. I'm just chilling. I mean, you can see the beautiful creek in the background. You know, we're hearing bullfrogs and heard some geese earlier. It's been a great day. You know, we almost gave up, but we turned around. We chose a spot. We're basically right next to the path, but it was the only spot. And I didn't want to go, you know, hiking up a hill, or wanted a nice flat spot by the creek. And this is the best access to the creek. Great cool water. Chewie was not a fan, but I got my alarm set up for super early. I want to try and get some of the sunrise. But yeah, it's been a great day. Well, it's about 15 minutes to 6. I was hoping I could get some good little sunrise views, but it seems we got a little bit of a sprinkle shower going on, so no luck on that. It wasn't a bad night. We could hear fireworks in the distance. We're not that deep in the woods. Chewie did go off a couple times. I don't know on what. I haven't got a glimpse to see if my stuff was messed with by any animals. But we're going to pack up. I'm not even going to make coffee. I might make some coffee. And try and be out of the woods by at least 7:30. I'm going to pack it up. I decided I am going to make some coffee before we break down camp. But I wanted to walk down to the creek and get a glimpse of it for y'all. There's Chewie. But I think this Borden Creek could be close to the Sipsey. But it's like 2 creeks that converge into one. There's some waterfalls down there. It gets a little bit deeper. I'm going to walk out a little bit and kind of test out my waterproof case's durability. I tested it before I left, before I even got a phone. But we're going to try it out. Man, that's so pretty. Let's take the plunge. Doesn't look like you can see anything. Oh well. But there is the ladder where 209 goes. The creek floor is super sandy, so I just keep sinking. And as someone who has actually sank to like stomach deep in like mud before and had to get like pulled out, I am not loving the fact that my feet are sinking with every step. Got water for coffee going. Nice little fire pit. We never built a fire. It's just too hot. Too hot and muggy. And yeah, we're just chilling. Chewie's getting a little breakfast and water. And I'm gonna eat some snack bars and then we'll head out. All right, we are all packed up. Ready to go. Chewie-man's got his bag on. Good boy. We're about to head to the car. We're about, I don't know, roughly 3/4 to a mile out. So shouldn't take us more than 30 minutes at the most. But it's a good trip. Talk to y'all in the car. We tried to get down to it, but there's the waterfall through there. I didn't see this yesterday, but it reads, "The Sipsey Wilderness, dedicated May 17th, 1975, to all those who helped acquire this nature area in Alabama, and for all Americans to enjoy forever. The Alabama Conservancy, Mary Burns, Wilderness Chairman." The true irony in that is what used to be free to park and free to come out to, you have to pay a fee to park or they will tow your car. Well, we're back at the car. I'm about to pull out. Chewie's in there. There's a neat little waterfall opposite the trailhead down there. It's just little mini waterfalls everywhere. But it was a good hike. I think overall it was probably closer to 6 miles with our little dips and bends. It was over 5 miles yesterday. It was a good day. It was good. It was a nice little trip. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I didn't call it a quits yesterday. But we're going to get home It's gonna take about 2 hours, and just enjoy it. Y'all have a good one.